welcome to my channel. For today's podcast, I'm thrilled to introduce to you Marius Bogdan Pîslariu, one of the best Dubai real estate market experts and the co-founder of our couture estate company, the one which I work in as well. And I'm happy and more than thrilled to be under his wing and be trained by him. So everything that I know, all my knowledge comes directly from the source today. Marius, welcome to our podcast.
Thank you for the invitation, Isabella, and for the kind words. A pleasure.
Always happy to talk with you, and you're one of my favorite persons, and I'm thrilled to share with my viewers today your insights of Dubai real estate market.
Thank you. A pleasure.
Marius, you have an impressive journey from innovator to Dubai real estate expert. Could you tell us a bit more about your journey?
Yes, as you know already, I was always an entrepreneur. I was never employed, so I had 5 businesses in Romania while I was living there, and I had a couple of businesses in Tokyo, because I also lived in Tokyo for 7 years. And in 2018, I moved to Dubai. I was always passionate about creativity and optimization to improve things. So always I had something different to do and a new approach on the market, and this helped me a lot actually here in Dubai. As you know, I also have over 300 projects, inventions, basically design concepts. I have patents, trademarks, and so on. So I'm not a guy that just sits and waits for things to be done. I like to dig in and change the world and improve it as I can for the specific situation. At the time being, this is happening in real estate, and I'm happy to assist the team of Property Couturier and to guide them in this journey of offering exceptional services to the customers. On top of that, you know already that we have the platform Property Digest, which actually it's here to support the customers, to support the high net worth individuals, to explore freely, and that's also an invention, also an innovative stuff on the market. Basically, they are able in the platform, within the platform, after they create an account, to search all the listings from all the developers in Middle East, and to filter them according to their specific needs. They can filter basically based on size, minimum size, maximum size, minimum price, maximum price, waterfront units, payment plan, ROI, if it's for appreciation, for personal use, and so on. And then if they mark as favorite, just clicking the heart, they can compare side by side 2, 3, or as many projects as they want. So they'll have an easy understanding and view on what's happening on the market. And if they are very specific, and let's say that they are searching for something like 1.1 to 1.2 million dirhams, doesn't matter even what. If at that point in time there is nothing as such on the market, they can save the search, and at any point any developer or even secondary market will be launched into that direction, in between that range. He'll be notified without even thinking on needing to be in touch with tens, hundreds of brokers, of agents, just to get the right information on the market. So to conclude this part of the journey, currently we are changing and assisting customers through Couture Estate and Property Digest, and I'm happy and proud to have you in my team.
Click on the link in the description down below and find out more about our listings and many more. On our award-winning platform, you can access over 98% of the market properties from all the UAE developers. Thank you so much, Marius. Yes, our platform is really easy to work with, very helpful for our customers, as it has so many features, and it's award-winning. Of course, not for nothing we got this award. So very, very helpful for you guys. I will leave it down below in the description for you to check, of course. Marius, can you tell us a bit more about Dubai real estate market? What are some key factors and why we have such a growth of the market?
I think that one of the main reasons for the growth of the market is actually the vision of the rulers here and the future plan of the city. Because you see, in 2021, in January, if I remember well, they launched this 50 years plan of action. Then they open, we all remember the bad months or years in some countries, in some parts of the world of the pandemic. Here we had the full lockdown only two weeks and a half. After that, everything was open, of course, with restrictions, but it was not like Europe or UK, United States or some other places. Not even Abu Dhabi, even Dubai. Dubai was totally different. So in 2020, during the lockdown, in most of the world, a lot of people choose to explore a free life and to live, because some other people, they pause their life. Here people were living. So starting from 2020, they started to move to Dubai, and we've seen a surge in some specific areas. For instance, Emaar beachfront was the first one to increase with about 10% per month for the first 6-7 months. Then everything started to sell like crazy, new launches which they came on the market, and some of them, they were sold even before hitting the market, even in pre-launch. For the other ones, we had waiting line. Like one of the examples that I like to give is the fact that even in Dubai Creek Harbor, which we know it's a new area, it's not like fully developed. It's not, you have great amenities, it's new, it's nice, it's fancy, the best sunset view in Dubai, but it's not like prime, ultra prime location. It's just emerging area.
But growing so
fast and everything increasing in price. So we had a few months back, a customer wanted to buy for himself a unit, a larger unit, only that because the demand is so high, basically we discussed with the Emaar management and they said, listen, there are low to no chances to get a specific unit here. Any investor should be happy to get any unit. But they said we have the following priorities. We have full floors, priority number 1. Half floors, priority number 2. 2-3 units, bulk deal, priority number 3. And if anything is left, we'll sell unit by unit. So they said that, and they said, listen, can you discuss with the customer if he's really keen, if he's really interested in a specific unit or buying something in this project, he should go for at least half floor. The customer first wanted and started actually to think of the idea to go for 2-3 units, but they said, we have enough inquiries for full floors, so there are low chances to get even 2-3 units. If you want half floor, then we can try. So indeed, the customer went for half floor. However, at the day of the launch, everything was sold as full floors. Only that the second day, because he was on the late waiting list, someone didn't pay the full floor that he inquired for, so we get the chance to get him a half floor. For some of the developers, we can get units before the official launch. For some, we cannot. We need to register, and based on express of interest and the payment, of course, they will take into consideration, and also based on the timeline, because first came, first served, so you need to move fast. Now, what's happening on the market in general is the fact that prime and ultra prime locations are booming, are increasing exponentially. So this is the mindset and the concept that you need to take into consideration, because if you want a quick exit, if you want to sell it fast or even to put it on rental, if you go for short-term rental and you want a constant ROI from it, you need to take into consideration to go into prime and ultra prime location, because these areas, they are almost fully developed. No to maybe few plots still available for future projects. So once everything is developed, it's built in a community, the price increases like crazy. However, if you have a different budget, or if you are looking for something and accept this idea of going into the residential communities, like everything which is behind Arcade Road, or even something like emergent area like Dubai South, Palm Jebel Ali, and some other areas, Ras Al Khaimah, even Abu Dhabi or Al Jurf, you need to understand and to place yourself as an investor into the right shoes with understanding the market, and we are here to support you on that. And to understand that in this area, maybe you'll have a high increase if we discuss about emerging areas, yeah? You'll have a high increase like in 10 years, 12 years, or you will have a normal return on investment from long-term rental between 4 to 8%, with some exceptions. Maybe you can reach a growth of 9-10% per year. Otherwise, on the short-term rental, you'll have in prime and ultra-prime location, you have between 8 to 17% growth per year. There are things and figures which can be optimized about that. Or also, if we discuss about appreciation, for prime and ultra-prime, you can have a minimum 10% per year, but in average, the project that we recommend, they are 15, 20, even 25% we got of appreciation per year. You know our case study, and I challenge you guys to get in touch with Isabella to check. We have an example of a return on equity, which is not return on investment. Return on investment is based on all the money that you put into the property, like the total price. Return on equity is based on the money that you paid up to that point. So we had at least one example that we can share with you with 700% return on equity in 12 months. So there are cases and cases. I don't say that every investment is like that, but we try to optimize the investment of the customer according to his budget, his needs, his vision, and so on. So as I was mentioning, we recommend projects with 15-25% on average appreciation per year. If you go into mainland, Dubai land, the residential areas, if you have 2-3% appreciation per year, you should be happy. So you need to position yourself fair and right into the market. Don't expect something like wonders or magical things to happen. It's not. We want to be able to guarantee and to offer you the best services, the best options, but you need to be positioned right and to understand what's happening.
Yes, we always give them a realistic profitability based on the building, based on the location, based on so many key factors that they need to understand. And we highly advise them to consult us because we have the insights of the market, and no building is the same. Even if it's in the same area, one building next to each other, one can have high profitability and the other one a bit lower than the average.
Yes, and this is actually the purpose of our consultants. What we are doing is private buyer advisory. It's like the next level in consultancy services. You know, they are private banks. And about private banks, everyone knows that they are handling high net worth individuals, and they are working behind closed doors. This is what we are doing also because we respect the privacy of our customers. And we always say that we are not sales agents. We are not salespeople. We are consultants. The sales are just the result of the services that we are offering. And even our approach, it's not like transactional approach. It's like consultative approach. So basically, we are building a family with the team and also with the customers, because we understand the value of the potential appreciation that you get of your happiness, of your family, of your friends. So that's the idea. We want you to come in the end with your family, with your friends, to put everything together to connect with us. So we'll continue to offer you the best services on the market.
Yes, what we are trying to explain always to each and every customer that we have is that we are trying you to make an informed decision, and we know it's your savings, it's your budget that will draw you here in Dubai because it's the best real estate market in the world at the moment, but you need to make an informed decision. And that's why we work so transparently, and we don't hide, we don't increase profitability, we are just truth to the core.
Yes, because we are doing. There are several things and several layers of what we are doing, the work that we are doing. First of all, we care about the privacy of the customer. If you, as a customer, if you register to most of the agencies in Dubai, your number, it will reach to tens of people, of brokers, that they will call you day and night. In our case, we give one lead, one customer per an agent, and we try to match it, because sometimes you don't match the energy of the broker with the customer. So if the customer doesn't match the energy, we can change it. But usually it's only one consultant that is assisting an agent. We can even sign NDAs, and we have this kind of NDAs signed with high net worth individuals, and also advise them about how they should or they can protect their privacy here on the market, because unfortunately we don't have GDPR here. Then we have the part with the informed decision that you just mentioned. We are creating resources like all big international agencies, market reports, trends, statistics, infographics, case studies, and so on. So everything to help you, to help the customer to take the best decision for himself. And then, we have that special thing where we are picking up the customer from the hotel, from the airport, and it's not that we are going with him to 1-2 developers or 1-2 projects and then we want to close a deal. But actually offering property tours, full property tours, half-day, full-day property tours. We explain them the areas, we show them everything for them to understand what's happening on the market, to understand all the options. So at the end, when they balance everything, they know what's the best choice for an investment or a personal use. I think that these are the core things which you can bring at the table, and of course the friendship and the family spirit that we are offering. So from this perspective, you can come always with any of you guys to have a meeting, to have a coffee and chat more about how we can help.
Definitely, I highly advise you to take one of our tours. It's very informative, very educational about the market, and not only that, but we will definitely show you the best investments, the best gems in Dubai. Marius, what are some emerging trends in Dubai real estate market that the investor should keep an eye on, and how fast are they moving?
There are several things that we need to discuss about that. Firstly, I think that the general trend that any investor should be aware of, it's luxury and ultra luxury. These markets are moving like crazy, and anything that is going to this direction, it will be easy to resell with high appreciation. Then we can even take into consideration emerging areas. And here we can speak about Dubai Island, the former Palm Deira, which was transformed by Nahil a few years back in Dubai Island, where everything gets sold out like this, at the launch and even pre-launch. Again, Dubai Creek Harbor we discussed already, and how hard it is to get something specific there. And in the future we'll have there the largest mall in the world, twice the size of Dubai Mall. One of the tallest towers in the world. We don't have the confirmation yet. We know that it changed the design, and we know that the structure, the foundation, it's built already. So we are waiting to see what it will be the final release. And it will be basically the new downtown with around 450 towers. But disregard the number. Even if you seem that to understand that there are a lot of towers, all of them, they are sold out like this. And we can go into Dubai South, where same story, everything is selling out like before the launch, or even Palm Jebel Ali. People were waiting in line just to get. It
was for free.
Honestly, they were waiting in line for 48 hours just to get a unit, any unit. You didn't have the option to choose. I want this or that. Anything you could get, it was okay. Only that there the prices were starting from a villa built by Nahil, starting from 4 million euro, and they had plots reaching about 15 million euro or so. So in general, a customer which wants to go into something highly profitable for himself, or even for him to live in, the only difference is that for profit you can buy almost anything in a good area, a good project. To live in, you usually are more specific because you know what you want. However, there are launches where you'll not be able to choose the specific unit. So you need to move fast. You need to be ready at any point to give the passport, the booking fee, express of interest, and wait for the release. And when our teammate will get in touch with you, be ready to move forward, because you might not have a second chance.
Yes, the offers are going very, very fast here in Dubai, and lately even faster than the previous years. And by the time you decide, you take your sweet time to decide. We don't have any more units, maybe some cancellations in the future, but for the good projects, they're going away in a second. I know we had a project in Business Bay was sold out in 2-3 days. 2 towers were absolutely sold out. We had
I think that to speak about the Edge by Select Group.
Correct. We had another villa community sold out in 1 week. So everything is selling very, very fast. The good projects are just going away.
And these ones that she mentioned, they are decent. To be sold out in 2 days, in 1 week is decent. There are projects which are sold out in half an hour. Yes, so there you really need to move fast.
Definitely. And because we are at the market, let's touch a bit about the off-plan and ready units and what's the difference, and especially because most of our viewers are investors, what are the key factors in between the two markets?
I strongly suggest you actually to ask Isabella for the comparison between old and new projects. Basically, you need to take into consideration some factors. The payment plan. For a ready and old tower, you have to pay everything in advance. Even if you go for mortgage, you still need to bring more cash in advance. For off-plan and for projects from the developer, primary market, you have a payment plan where you pay constantly, of course. And you'll see maybe some misleading marketing where they'll tell you that it's 5% booking. It's only the booking. The regulation, they are very clear that any buyer for off-plan, he needs to pay minimum 20%, plus probably in most of the cases 4% ELD in the first 60 days in order for the property to be registered under your name. So here you start to pay gradually. Here on ready units, you paid already the full amount. Then what's happening? At the time of completion, this one, let's take the worst case scenario, that you are paying in 3 years, in average, 3-4 years, yes? At the time of completion, this project is new, high facilities, great amenities, great location, this project is old. Already this project, it's lower value than this one. This project, which is under construction, usually if you are going on our hand and you choose a good unit in a great community, you'll have probably 10 minimum, but in general 15-25% appreciation. So this one, it will be something here and this one here. Then this one has a guarantee warranty from the developer. So everything that will happen with the installation in the first year is covered, with the structure in 10 years. This one, you start to have higher maintenance costs. This one, you start to have higher maintenance costs because the plumbing starts to erode, everything starts to not work out properly, so you have higher costs. Then the service charge increases here. So in the end, as an investment, I go always for off-plan, and it's more than that. I will ask Isabella to send you, but please ask her for that, for the case study. There is a huge difference between return on investment and return on equity. Return on investment is on the full amount that you paid. We had, and in the case study, it's exemplified how we have return on equity, which is basically on the money that you spend on the installments, 700% return on equity in 12 months. So the customer paid only this amount, but if he has chosen to sell the unit at that point, he would have 7 times the money. So it's just an option. Here you pay gradually and the value increases every time, so you have return on equity. Here you have return on investment on the total value of the property, which return on investment usually it's from rental, short-term rental or long-term rental, depending on the specific of the unit and of the project.
Another important key in this subject, what I like to explain is first, for the payment plan, there is 0% interest. How much you're paying for the apartment, this is how much you will pay. Meanwhile, on the other side, on a resale, secondary market, where you must pay 100% of the property, perhaps you're taking a mortgage, you will pay interest to the bank, obviously, and then you have to calculate everything plus the interest to see how much your property will actually reach. And the second point is that the new projects are sustainable, more innovative, more beautiful. They are made like 5-star resorts. We have over 55 amenities in the new project compared to the resale that the latest one would be a project that was launched 3 years ago.
Or even 20 years, because in Dubai Marina I have projects which are over 20 years old.
Correctly. So. Where you have the bare minimum amenities, a small pool, maybe a little room as a gym.
Labyrinthic layouts, a pool for 6 towers and so on. So.
Correct. So the new projects are so innovative that honestly, it's better than a 5-star hotel because they put so many amenities for your enjoyment to have with your family, to use it with your friends. So absolutely incredible projects are coming up.
From this perspective, let's take one example. For instance, just a few days back, we had the launch of Rove Marina.
One of my favorites.
Yes, due to the location, to the amenities, to everything, the fact that it's branded residences by the brand of Emaar, facilities that they have, how close it is to Dubai Marina Mall. But then let's try to imagine, fast forward, not even 10, fast forward 5 years from now, when everything, absolutely everything in Marina is constructed, sold long time ago. You have this Rove, which is, at that point, I think it will be 1.5 years old. And then you have those Rimal and other ones, which they are 20-something years old. With all the amenities, all facilities, labyrinthic layouts, small pool, 1-2 elevators compared to this one. How could you even compare them?
Exactly.
And you know, I've actually done a research for my business partner a few weeks back. Even if you look on short-term rental, you see huge differences between the new towers and old towers. So this displays exactly the potential. Because people in Dubai, and this is a very good example. If you go in JPR, you see all those beige, yellowish buildings, which they were made actually the first ones in the area. You have issues always with AC, with plumbing, with the fact that you have humidity because everything was built on fast forward. So people are buying there, and all of those buildings, they have penthouses at the top floors, and they are renovating the penthouses, upgrading them, investing in them, and they are hoping to sell them with profits. And it's not happening. You know why? Because in the end, you live in the same building, which has only two lifts, 2 elevators. You have in the same building which has 1 swimming pool for 4 or 5 towers. The amenities are the same. In Dubai, people, they are not buying only the property. In Dubai, people are buying the lifestyle, the amenities, the position, and everything. So there are plenty of things to consider when you do an investment like that.
Correct, definitely. And because we were talking about the differences between the rentals, what are the new trends for short-term rental? We do have a lot of investors who are looking to invest in properties for short-term rental. What are the new trends? What kind of properties are going better currently for short?
Anything which is new on the market with great amenities, they are amazing. I especially love these rough projects like this one in Marina, Marasi Drive, the other one in Business Bay in downtown, because they are approaching a new trend which is going in a little bit of the direction of co-working spaces, like shared amenities where people, they don't even need to get out of the tower. They can pick up the laptop and go downstairs in a big lobby with coffee shop and everything, so they can work from there. That's one direction. The other one is the fact that you should always focus into areas which are prime and ultra prime location, because those areas, they have touristical attractivity for potential users. If you go in the back roads, if you go in Dubai mainland, I don't say that you cannot do short-term rental. You can try. But of course, it will not be with the same profits like in the prime and ultra prime location. And then there is also this example and exception, which is Dubai Creek Harbor, which is totally different than what's happening. Short-term rental in Dubai Creek Harbor started to boom, and it will grow as the community grows in the future.
Marius, what type of units should an investor that is looking for short-term rental focus on? Studios, one bedroom, what is the market saying?
So the studies on the market, they are showing actually that for short-term rental, the best units are 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms. And for long-term rental, studios and 1 bedroom. But for that, we need to understand actually how the market moves. Who's staying in short-term rental? Usually families or a group of friends, which makes much more sense for them to rent an apartment with more rooms and live together than renting multiple studios, hotel rooms, where they are getting more expensive. So it's obviously better for them if you have a group. Now, I don't say that you cannot have a good ROI from short-term rental also in studios and 1 bedroom. But you are in competition with the hotels. You are in competition with the services offered by the hotels. So that's the reason that you should go into something larger. It also varies and depends on the area, because you need to understand how Dubai operates in terms of short-term rental. Basically, if you are no resident, if you don't have a bank account, and if you don't have a checkbooks, you cannot rent on long-term rental. So there are plenty of people which they are coming to seek for a job, and they are on tourist visa, 3, 5, 6 months. Or they found a job, but they are still under testing period. Or they passed even the testing period, and now they are having the company to do their paperwork, the process, the visa and everything. You have a span between minimum 3 months, but sometimes even reaching 9, 10 months, where people, they need to rent on short-term rental. And it's happening quite frequently actually. Then you have another category. They are business people. And they are business people which they are coming quite often to Dubai. They don't live in Dubai. They didn't purchase yet a property in Dubai, but they want to have a drawer, they want to have a wardrobe with their things in it, and they'll rent us on monthly basis. And by the way, when we speak about short-term rental, we don't speak only about booking an Airbnb. We speak also about anything that you can rent, even starting on weekly basis or monthly basis, yeah. So they will rent monthly basis, but for a whole year, just to keep their things in that apartment in Dubai. So anytime that they are flying through, that they are coming to Dubai, they'll have their things there without being required to carry them away. So this is what's happening on short-term rental market. Now, as I've mentioned, you have the best ROI on prime and ultra prime location, but you can go, of course, with not the same profitability, even into the residential area. Just pay attention that there are some projects like branded residences, serviced residences, where short-term rental it's not allowed.
I see. Yes, we have so many categories of people who are looking for short-term rentals. We cannot focus just on travelers or
yes.
people who come in vacation here.
And from this perspective, I think that also brokers are into this direction. And in Dubai, you see this quite often. You see, On top of the fact that we have this concept of staycation, where people they are going for 1-2 nights, live in a hotel in Dubai, just to not stay at home. People they like from time to time to switch the location, the areas that where they are living, or at least to experience a different lifestyle. So you might see people traveling around Dubai, like living on monthly basis or 2-3 months. Just to experience a different lifestyle, experience the community, experience the area and so on. Or maybe just because 4 or 5 months they are traveling around the world and they don't need to rent for a long-term rental, for a long time period, for a whole year.
Definitely. Marius, let's talk a bit about how government policies and initiatives such as golden visas impacted the market.
Golden Visa is just one of the examples. As you know, we have Dubai 2040 project, which basically takes into consideration that 60-70% of all the spaces will be green areas. And you can see it already happening. Also increasing the beach size 400% and so many on. You have the 50 years plan of action. You have Dubai 2033, which is actually to double the economy. Golden Visa is one of the examples, of many of the examples that the visionary leadership of this area of the world implementing it, and it's actually bringing here lots of people. For instance, before the Golden Visa was only available for those with investments over 10 million dirhams. Currently it's for those which they invest over 2 million dirhams. And there are so many people moving in just because they can benefit and they don't need to renew their visa like every couple of years or every, I don't know, when they are selling or buying another property. So not only that, but all this they converge together to help the economy grow, to help the area grow, to help the residents, to help the new joiners, the newcomers. So from the perspective of the sales point of view, it's like you see a boost, an increase of the sales, average sales value over 2 million dirhams. So it's an extra incentive and it helps. I mean, if you consider 750,000 dirhams, which is for the regular visa, investor visa, it's double plus something in order to have the golden visa, and you have no headache. And of course, you have other benefits, because to be honest, for 750,000 dirhams, what you can get? You can get a studio in a remote location for long-term rental with 4% per year. It's not something that it's really appealing. More people coming in means that also everything is increasing in price. And I'm speaking only about real estate, but of course, if you want a nice lifestyle, if you want to have the best services in the world, if you want to be in the safest place in the world, if you want everything together, it's the minimum sacrifice that you have to do.
Definitely. And do you feel this growth even in your day-to-day lifestyle? I mean, definitely the roads are way fuller and we can see the growth of the economy and the population of Dubai.
Yes, you can see that in the last 12 months, the number of new registered cars grew with 10%, the highest increase in the world. So now they started actually to implement something and to recommend to companies to work on flexible schedule, in order to not everyone to come at 9 at work and leave at 5, just to have delays. This is one, and it's a very good and smart measure. Another thing that is happening is the fact that they increased, but especially in order to improve the traffic flows, they increased the salik, meaning the road tax, yes, in some areas for some period of times, just for, I don't know, some people to avoid and consider twice when are they traveling into specific direction, to don't stack the traffic, to leave it flowing freely.
Definitely, and considering that we have increase of the bans as well, I see a lot of construction going on to make the roads, the highways wider, to avoid these traffic jams all the time?
Yes, from this perspective about the roads, actually they launched just this year a few amazing projects, like improving the traffic on Hessaum, Sukim, Alcai Road. For instance, on Alcai Road, they launched, I think they started in February, 5 new bridges to improve the flow, and theoretically they should have been ready by next year. Only that in October they released them already to the public. I've seen even during the night, at certain times, there were even 300-400 people working on every single row.
They work so fast, like every day when you go there, there is something new. So
not even Google Maps or Waze, they don't know already how they should go in order to.
True that. Have you seen any crucial mistakes of the new investors that are coming to purchase their first property in Dubai, and how can they avoid the biggest mistakes? What they consider, what they should consider?
There are several of them. I think that one that you see it more frequent is the fact that they don't do their own research. They are registering to everything that they see online. Due to this, then they will need to actually trash the phone number, because they'll be contacted by hundreds of people, and this is not really beneficial for them. Then they are not gathering the information from all the possible sources. They rely only on some of them, which they can impact their profitability in the future. In my opinion, they should actually try to reach the right consultants, to check for their profile, check their testimonials, check the background and history that they have, check what other customers are saying, anything in order to choose the right people to work with. It's not just like going into a grocery store and you buy once. We speak about high values, and a good consultant will help you on the entire journey from A to Z and will offer you all the services. So basically, everything will be done smoothly. Then I think that also another thing that they are avoiding, even if they don't realize that they are doing this mistake, they usually face interactions with transactional people which they are just sales agents. They don't know what exactly they are offering, and they are not aware about the entire market. They don't have this feeling of making the difference between what's good and what's not so good for a person. But for this one, you need to have some flair and to feel the person in front of you and to understand if it is doing the right things for you. Also, another thing is that they should search for agencies which they can offer them higher value than just a property transaction. I mean here, connecting with the right people, connecting with other services. And from this perspective, we know that we can cover everything, even if not direct, because our focus is into the consultancy part, but we can offer it through our highly reliable partners.
Definitely, a good consultant should know the market and the projection of the future of the market.
Yes. There is that meme which is quite, from time to time you see it around social media, and it's really interesting. Do you think that a specialist, it's expensive? Try to imagine the cost that you have without a specialist.
True that, you lose way more money because you would put your investment in something that is not profitable, and then you say Dubai real estate market is not as they say.
And it's not only about money, time, energy, hopes, because when you relate with someone, you create something there, and you have the tendency to hope that everything will be fine. But when you got disappointed, exactly like you said, then you say, oh, Dubai, it's not like... But you need to understand what's happening. It's your responsibility to do this research and to choose the right people to bond with and to have the energy, the vibe, and to work together.
And the trust, definitely, yes. Marius, how do you see the Dubai real estate market for the next 5-10 years? What are the projections?
If you just look at the plan, by the way, I will start differently. You know what I like the most about this place? The vision, the visionary leadership. And I really trust that they are implementing everything that they are promising. And if you are just looking at what's on the table and at forecasts, you'll understand that they will never be able to deliver as many units as many people will move to Dubai. So when you have higher demand than the offer, what's the normal thing to happen? All the prices will increase in rents, in properties, in everything. So we have at least 10, 15 years where regardless what will happen in the world, because here it's like an isolated heaven where even if you see issues in Europe, you see issues in America, you see issues in Russia or other countries, people are moving in, especially because of the lifestyle safety and everything else. So everything, it concludes, it goes into the direction that the prices will increase. And we have a lot of leverage, a lot of room. Like you know, Dubai is number one in terms of branded residence in the world, number one in terms of properties over $10 million. But the prices are still at 25-30 average prices, yes. 25-30% of the net price for top 10 best cities in the world, even if we are there already. So there is plenty of room to increase. I still see the demand rising. I still see lots of transaction on primary market. Secondary market, of course that it will go, but it will go into a different direction because primary market, mainly the investors are buying. Those which they want to live in, they are looking probably for something ready. If they are visionary, they will look for something off plan, and they will pay rent for a couple of years until the unit will be ready, because at the end they will have much more benefits this way. If not, they will look for something ready. So when people are buying on secondary for something ready, they are paying the first investors for the appreciation, and we discussed about minimum 30-40% appreciation plus another 4% DLD plus another 2% commission at minimum. So this is what's happening. So I think that the future for the next 10-15 years, the primary market, it will boom.
Definitely exciting times are coming. I was living in UAE for the past 10 years, and honestly every year surprises me with something new, something more innovative, and definitely
something different.
If every government in the world will learn a little bit from UAE government, the world would be a better place.
Exactly, exactly. And this is the thing that I said actually, because their leadership and the way that they are managing everything is putting a lot of pressure on other governments, where with the right vision, without corruption, you can do amazing things in short times.
Definitely. Marius, you have achieved so much in your career until now, and you're an inspiration for me and for our entire team. What keeps you motivated? And I want to know after that, what is next for you?
What keeps me motivated? I think that I was born into this direction of changing things. So this is one of the main factors. But currently, since we started this journey together as Couture Estate, I think that your success, guys, motivates me the most, and the fact that I see you and the customers happy. You know that we are putting the customer at the center of everything. So when we see our customers that they are having high appreciation, high rents, that they are living in the best place that they can imagine, that keeps me going in terms of real estate. From the other point of career, I told you it's about innovation and changing and bringing my contribution to this world. Next thing, we are already working on projects for the next 2-3 years to be implemented. You know, being an inventor, the best idea of an inventor is not the one that he had today, not the one that he had yesterday, is the one that he will have tomorrow. So it's like a mindset of changing things and improving on a constant basis. I cannot share and I cannot disclose too many things about what the future will bring from our side because they are still confidential. However, you know that I recently launched the Egera sales framework and also Seduction, which it will be a book about personal branding and how similar seduction game is with sales. So this is just the funny part outside the normal thing that we are doing on daily basis.
Definitely, so many things to come and so many new innovations implemented even with us in the company. We are having this new AI technology, we are having so much value, and we do appreciate everything that you provide us, and to our customers definitely they will appreciate as well. Marius, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, a pleasure.
And I'm sure that our viewers and our customers will appreciate your insights through the Dubai market. And if you have more questions, please don't hesitate to leave them down below in the comments. Maybe we do a second part with new questions. And until next time, hit that like button, subscribe button. Marius details will be in the description down below, as well as our innovative platform, Property Digest. Have a look through it, it's worth it, it's very useful, and you'll discover the entire Dubai there. Until next podcast or next tour, see you soon.
Cheers!